here I am jumping to review this movie before it becomes totally old news. Sucker Punch, like 300 and Watchmen, made a big noise in the months preceding its release. Unlike either of its predecessors, however, Sucker Punch has not managed to garner the acclaim attained by 300 and, to a certain degree, Watchmen, though how good Watchmen actually was is a debate that can get rather ugly in the right circles. This is mostly because, in spite of having awesome special effects, hot actresses, and a bitchin' soundtrack, the plot is a snarled-up mess with holes you could fly a 747 through. If you don't know already, the plot concerns a girl referred to as Baby Doll throughout the movie who is incarcerated in a mental institution at the behest of her wicked stepfather to prevent her from claiming her dead mother's fortune on the grounds that Baby Doll shot and killed her sister. This is partially true, the one fact omitted being that Baby Doll was trying to shoot her stepfather who was trying to rape her sister. Oops. But locking Baby Doll up apparently isn't enough for her stepfather, so he bribed the head of security or something. What this man's specific job is never explained, to forge the signature of the head psychologist so as to have Baby Doll lobotomized. Wow, incarceration wasn't enough? Now you have to cut her brain in half? How paranoid is this man? In the week preceding her lobotomy, Baby Doll enlists the help of several other girls to attempt a jailbreak, even as she retreats to a set of badass fantasy worlds where she's alternately a nightclub dancer / prostitute, or else an arse-kicking Japanese schoolgirl wielding a katana and a cutely decorated pistol. Then, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, it turns out the Baby Doll isn't the one destined to escape. It's one of the other girls, known as Sweet Pea. So Sweet Pea gets away, and Baby Doll gets an ice pick through the eye. Now, obviously, this is a movie that exists simply to play on the rule of cool. The costumes in all the fantasy worlds are both sexy and bamf, and each girl gets at least one awesome bladed weapon, inclusion with her equally awesome firearm. The fight scenes include the women battling a dragon in an orc-filled castle, deactivating a bomb on a cyborg-filled train, and, most awesomely, killing their way across a steampunk version of the trenches in World War I, which are full of German soldiers modified with steam technology. The visuals are absolutely breathtaking, and the fight scenes are extremely enjoyable, and if that wasn't enough, the music is blast you through the back of the theater badass. However, what the awesomeness of this movie cannot make up for is the ill-put-together story. The plot is unnecessarily convoluted, with huge plot holes, perhaps the most obvious being that despite the fact that Baby Doll is obviously mentally traumatized by the events that have occurred in her life, none of the other girls seem the least bit insane. Hell, I would have been much more willing to buy the story if it had been set in a jail or a particularly harsh boarding school. Then there's questions like, why in the hell are said mental patients wearing high heels? Who is the guy who orders Baby Doll's lobotomy? How come the head psychologist never put two and two together and figured out her signature had been forged, given that she never remembers giving orders to have a Baby Doll lobotomized? How is it the Baby Doll is able to imagine anachronistic concepts that feature in her various fantasies? And, of course, the ending itself, with a catatonic Baby Doll just sitting there in the operating chair, is such a painful downer that even Sweet Pea's escape cannot fully make up for it. Here's my final verdict. This movie is good looking on the outside, but empty on the inside. Kinda like Baby Doll at the end of the film. That's all for now. Next time I review The Half-Made World.